we kind of get afraid of it. We think it's a really big deal to achieve. And that's when you just take the back seat and English takes the front seat. And you are always trying to catch it up. Read a self-help book. I love them. I think a person should keep reading a specific self-help book. Once you're done with that book, move to the next book because it can really help you stay organized, stay calm and composed. And if I talk about English, that time I it was difficult for me because so when I learned Hindi, which was not my native language, I learned Hindi without learning grammar. And I could learn it. Like it was not a big deal for me. I just paid attention and I never thought that it's not possible. I thought it's very easy. People are speaking Hindi and it's not difficult. And I just
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. Okay, so my name is Arpna and I'm from Bihar. I'm a student. I had a ADCA Advanced Diploma in Computer Application and I'm a avid reader. I like reading books. I am a techno-savvy person, like I'm enthusiast of digital marketing and AI tools like that.
okay, that's
And
great.
nowadays, yeah, I have a small YouTube channel.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, you
pretty
told
much
me that you
about.
started your YouTube channel. Okay. And what your YouTube channel is all about? Is it related to English or is it related to technology and other aspects of computers applications?
No, is it related to a spoken English or motivation for a student? Yeah.
Okay, great, great. And you are done with your diploma. Is it finished? Have you completed it?
Yeah, it's completed.
Okay. So tell me what was the best part of your course, of your diploma?
Yeah, the best part of us, I like really the office version of MS Excel and MS Word and the designing part I also like.
Mm-hmm. And do you also plan to take it even further as like as a profession? Would you like to work in this field?
No, I don't that much like. I go with English. I did
Okay.
my diploma and master's in English language, and I wanted to become a teacher.
Okay, interesting. Okay, okay. So you like could be the case that you later figured out that English is something that you even liked it more than computers, right? Mm.
Yeah, right.
You know what? I because I also completed my graduation in computers applications, and later, after a year or two's gap, I realized that maybe that's not my cup of tea. And then I pursued my master MA in English. And then I realized this is something I really like. I liked like really far better than computers. So I think here
Yeah, once
we
you
are,
do it, then you realize this is not my cup of tea and you found your interest something else.
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
I totally resonate with you.
Okay. So, you just mentioned that you would like to continue with your spoken English journey, and probably you would like to be a teacher, English teacher, right? So,
Right.
were your parents fine with this decision when you thought, okay, let me jump into something different, maybe which you liked, but when you told this thing to your parents, were they fine with this?
Yeah, we both are okay with my interests. They just said to me, whatever you interest, you can just pursue,
Hmm.
They don't
Okay.
have the kind of pressure on me to pursue this kind of field or in Bihar they have the kind of pressure to get government job in society, but it's not for me. My parents are very good and yeah, I'm lucky person, I guess.
Yeah, actually, because I think this is a very crucial stage when you are pursuing your graduation and when you move forward to your post graduation, and you have to choose a career where you can earn money through your hobby or your profession. It's a very crucial decision. So it's very important that you take these decisions wisely, and then the parents support. Again, it's vital. Without your parents' support, it could be a very difficult decision for a person, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
And when did you realize that English is something that you would like to go with? When did you exactly realize this thing?
Yeah. So in last year, I started my when I listen to conversations and when I talk to, I'm very
Arpana, I
fascinated.
lost.
Okay, so in last year, I started my journey listening. I started listening first people, the conversation podcast. I'm really fascinating of that. So I also have the kind of desire to speak with people and pursue my journey in English. And I'm also more into reading. So that's the second thing.
Okay, great. So tell me more about reading. Like, what kind of books do you like to read? Or how many books have you read so far? Can we talk about that?
Is kids' storybooks, and now I pick it one self-help book. You Become What You Think by Shubham Sharma, and currently I'm reading. I read 13 insights of this book.
Okay.
And the next one I want to going to be read The Alchemist and all. Yeah.
Alchemist. Okay, great. It's a great book. I have not read it, but this is what I've heard from the reviews, and I know the story. Like I know the plot setting a bit. So yeah, it's a great book. I also want to read it. In fact, I have so many books in line which I want to read, but somehow because of time, I am not able to read the books. So I really wish that I whenever I would have more time, I would definitely start reading books, and I want to read books in like I really want to read it. How to say that? I want to read them dedicatedly, not just that rough reading, but I want to read actively. So I just wish that I should have more time. Great.
Okay, so what's a genre in book reading, non-fiction or fiction? What should you go with first?
I think I like all kinds of books. There is no such fixed domain that I would like to go with. A story can inspire you if it's worth inspiring. It can inspire you. So I don't think so that I really limit my interest to some genre. Sometimes I am in the mood to read a self-help book. I love them. I think a person should keep reading a specific self-help book. Once you're done with that book, move to the next book, because it can really help you stay organized, stay calm and composed. And otherwise,
To grow
just set.
personality overall.
Huh?
To grow our personality overall.
Yes, to grow our personality overall, because they can act. Now we are surrounded by so many videos, motivational, inspirational videos. But what a book can do to your subconscious and to your personality, I don't think so. A video of 30 minutes can do. A book has much more power to influence you. So I think you should definitely choose a good book, a self-help book, and you should stick to it over one period of time. And then once you're done with it, sometimes I revise my books. So the books that I've already read, the self-help books that I've already read, I would like to reread them, because I know that these books are very impactful. They can really help you have a good frame of mind. And then mind is very fragile, and it's very easy for us to go back to the loophole of thoughts. But when you're reading a book, a self-help book, then you stay aware, and then you are able to organize your thoughts very well. And that's how you can achieve things faster. You can plan things faster. You can have a lot of transparency and clarity. That's what I feel. Hmm.
Yeah, I'm totally resonate with you. Books can help you overall to grow our personality, to keep calm, composed.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
so tell me a bit about yourself because we
Okay.
are meeting very first time.
Okay. Fine, fine. I'm sorry I missed that part. So you know my name, and I hope that you also know that I come from mountains. I live in Solan, Himachal Pradesh. I'm a mother. I have two tiny kids. They go to school, and I the reason that I'm able to record this video is because they are not around. They are off to the school. And other than that, I make videos for YouTube, and I am an English enthusiast. And now I think at this stage of my life, I think I really want to learn more. So I would like to discover more layers of English language and would really like to um, not expert, but I would really like to be proficient at different aspects of English language. That's what I feel. I think just for the fact that I created my YouTube channel, I started making YouTube videos, I started connecting to people, I started speaking more. Now I think I am even more interested in this domain, and I would like to learn more words, more phrases, more effective ways to speak. And I think I would also like to learn phonics. So that's about my English speaking journey. And if I talk about my hobbies, I like to sit free and sometimes have a cup of tea or coffee. And I as I just mentioned, I sometimes I like to read a self-help book. And if I'm in the good mood, and if I have some ideas coming to me, I like to write a few poems in my free time. So that's who I am. So that's all about me.
Okay, that's very fantastic about you. Okay, so when did you start your journey, speaking journey and all in English?
Okay. So, let me tell you, I started my spoken English journey right after my graduation. And that was actually my English journey, not spoken English journey. But I realized that this is something I really liked then. I came across some people who spoke really, really well, and they were very confident in their body language and their speaking. And I think that's something that I wanted to be, or I wanted to do. That's what I realized that time. And then I started working on myself. And the challenge was I came from a Hindi medium background. So it was very difficult for me to start my journey because I thought that it would be very difficult. And it was actually very difficult considering the fact that I did not have any experience. So I had to learn everything from the scratch. And that's how I
Yeah.
started. And I kept doing the same kind of things for years. I kept reading books, I kept reading newspapers sometimes. I read paragraphs. I whatever I could read, I kept reading. And then I also explored YouTube. That time, YouTube was not really that hype. So I explored some good videos and I started listening as well. And I kept doing it in a row for many years. But later, I thought it's still not enough, and I started appearing for interviews as to work as a writer. And that's why when my story completely changed, when I became a writer, I was working as a content writer. Then I actually could learn a lot of things which would not have been possible if I would not have landed up into that role of content writing. I learned a lot, and then I also pursued my MA English. As I just mentioned, and then from like after some time, I also started speaking. Eventually, it became very easy for me to speak because I had learned so much by then. So that's how I learned. Yes, like still, I think there's a long way to go, and still I need to learn a lot of things. I can speak manageable English, but I think when I look at tutors, especially English tutors, like envious. I'm envious of them, and I'm like, my God, I want to speak like them. So yeah, that's how.
Yeah, there was the train of Nand Gopala sir and the Shruti ma'am. These are the
Yeah.
teachers who very speak, very fluent, eloquent speaker, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
you are also eloquent speaker. You're able to express your thoughts very beautifully.
Thank you so much. Thank you. But yeah, uh, that's what I said. When I started my journey, then I had this image in my mind that that's how I wanted to speak, and that's how I wanted to express myself. And I did the same. Like that image that I had in my mind kind of pulled me to pursue my journey. And now I think I have new images in my mind, and I think I aspire to be like certain people. And then you feel drawn towards your journey, and then you feel even more empowered to take those actions. So I think this is a very effective technique. So you can just have that image. Who would you like to be like? Who would you like to sound like? And eventually you will feel drawn towards those that journey, or to be like them, to be like those people. Right.
Yeah, we are back in English because of the academic background. We did our academic school, college, everything is in Hindi, and when it
Mhm.
comes to English, and we try to face a lot of struggle. That's why if the people belongs to English medium school, they have the good caliber to read, write, understand. The main thing is only speaking. And when it's a start, I am starting. These are the lot of problems: speaking, reading, writing, and
Hmm.
so
Right,
I
right.
think.
So, what do you think? What is the biggest roadblock that people in general face when they start spoken English journey? What is your take on that?
Okay, what are the challenges?
Yes. What is the biggest hurdle that people generally face when they start their spoken English journey? That's my question.
Yeah, they just start with grammatical rules. They don't practice with people. That's the thing. And they just go with books and find a lot of things and just try to listen. They forget, always try to, they forget to speak in English. Yeah. They
Hmm.
just simply go with the book, grammatical patterns. If I mug up all the rules, I will master in English and all. That's the thing. And I'm also did the same thing in my life. First I
Yeah.
mug up all the rules, but that's not the case.
Yeah, actually. Yes. I think we are not able to speak English faster if I really compare English with other languages. The reason is because we kind of get afraid of it. We think it's a really big deal to achieve. And that's when you just take the back seat and English takes the front seat. And you are always trying to catch it up. So when you just consider it just as a language and nothing more, I think it's much, much easier for you to achieve it. Because you just create this you just create this illusion that it's such a big deal to learn English, and then you stay hesitant and you are not able to take actions to speak it. And even when you're learning it and you have began the process and you make mistakes, you just take all of those instances on your heart where you end up making mistakes. You feel embarrassed. So I think the this is, in my eyes, in my opinion, this is the biggest challenge, that people are not able to learn it, um, learn it faster enough. Otherwise, it's just a language, and genuinely there are many other languages which are way more difficult than English. And we
Yeah,
can
right.
talk about Indian languages for that matter, other English Indian languages for that matter. So it's just that hesitation and it's just that effort to sound perfect that that keeps us in the loophole. So yeah, right.
Yeah, it's just a language we took up in a mother language and all. If you start trying to perfect and all, you can learn. We start from broken English, right? And
Yeah.
people are always trying to be a fluent in just 1 month, in just 1 day. It's not
Hmm.
possible.
Yeah, right. It's not possible. Like you just said it so rightly. Hmm. Okay, I would like to
Yeah.
know, what do you like to do in your leisure time? And you said that you love to read books. Other than reading books, what do you like to do?
I love listening music. Whenever I'm free, I just go with listening music.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah.
great. And tell me your biggest strength. That this is my biggest strength, and it helps me come back to the person that I am. So I am Arpana, and I this is my strength, and it helps me pull myself together all the time. So what would that be?
Yeah, I'd love to tell you. So my biggest strength, I'm very disciplined. Whatever I just think in my mind, I'm able to do that in
Wow.
a time. And okay, according to me, yeah, whatever I goal, I set it and I jot it down my diary, which I covered today, and I'm able to cover it. That's it.
Wow. It's a great trait. So you said you just jot it down. You jot down your ideas. So do you maintain a journal? Do you journal on a daily basis?
Yeah, I write it down what I did today and what are the plans for tomorrow, these kind of things. I jot it down in my diary.
Wow. Amazing. Great, great. So and what is something that you're looking forward to today? What would you like to do today? Are there any plans?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, today I make two videos for YouTube, and then editing and the thumbnailing. These are the kind of things. And in evening, I'm going to read the 15th insights of the book, and I hang out with my friends in evening and try to listen the music. In night, I am going to listen one podcast and try to polish my skills, try to talk with people. That's my plan for the day.
Okay. And uh, how much editing do you like? Is it something that you are very hands-on with, or do you think you are still learning it?
Yeah, I'm still learning it because recently I start my channel. So sometimes I face a lot of struggles when I do the editing and all. Sometimes I send him my brother and they just back to me to edit the video.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm still on learning. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Okay. So is there anything that you would like to ask me before we wrap up the session?
Yeah, I have questions. So if anybody learn English without grammar, is it possible?
Uh, See, I think depends on your practice. So there are two examples to support this answer. So when I learned Hindi, which was not my native language, I learned Hindi without learning grammar. And I could learn it. Like it was not a big deal for me. I just paid attention, and I never thought that it's not possible. I thought it's very easy. People are speaking Hindi, and it's not difficult. And I just learned it. I observed, I spoke, and whenever I would make some mistake, I would correct myself. So that's how I just learned it, and I learned Hindi in a very less time. Like it was, I didn't take much time to learn it. And if I talk about English, that time I it was difficult for me because I did not carry that environment, family background. And maybe in the case of Hindi, I already knew how written Hindi works. So it was not difficult for me because I had been writing in Hindi for writing papers, for reading lessons. So in case of English, it was very new. So I had gone through grammar concepts. I checked कि इसको कैसे बोलूंगी मैं, if this is the particular sentence structure, तो what kind of words and what kind of structure do I need, what kind of
Yeah.
structure I need. And I read grammar. But grammar alone cannot do anything. Grammar is important. You need to know what kind of sentence structures are important, and how you if there is past, how to talk about past in English. If there is future, what kind of helping verbs you need to choose. So you have to understand the sentence structure. You have to have sound knowledge of grammar. I agree, but alone grammar cannot do anything. If it had been enough, then we would have been able to learn English when we just read grammar concepts in school alone, right? But it didn't help. So you have to also learn how to speak. And in conversational English, your sentence structures are different than the written English. Then you don't go with really very formal structures all the time. Then
Yeah.
you can actually flip the structure here and there. You can choose easy casual words, and then you can also make mistakes, which is not allowed in formal or written English. So like we speak in Hindi, so we end up making a lot of mistakes, but doesn't matter. Your message should be clear and you should be fluent and eloquent. If I really take example of Hindi, and same as if speaking in English, then I should sound eloquent, I should sound like a native speaker, and I should be able to converse properly with people. So yeah, grammar is important, but it doesn't hold the power if only grammar is there. That would be my answer to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no need to go with deep, right? We should simply go with the least chapter, right?
See,
First start
you
at
have to know thoda
Mhm.
bahut. You should know thoda bahut grammar. But see, today I don't even remember the titles of grammar lessons. So I started giving spoken English classes to people when I started my YouTube channel, and I would be very honest with all of my students that I don't know the titles. मेरे को I don't know the in-depth grammar. मुझे वो नहीं आता. I can't teach you that. I can tell you this is the structure for Hindi and this is the structure for English. You can follow those structures. But I am not into in-depth grammar. So you have to know, but you don't have to go mad about it. You don't have to go crazy about grammar unless you're preparing for some examinations जहाँ पे you have to appear for prepositions or you have to answer for grammar related questions. Then it's a different case. Then you should know grammar. But if it's only spoken English, then spoken English is it's vast and it doesn't primarily rely on grammar. Then you have to
Yeah,
yeah, then you should be able to articulate your thoughts properly. You should be able to express your thoughts properly. And when you are speaking one sentence, you should be able to move to the next one. So there should be this continuity. So yeah, there should be this
yeah,
synchronization. Yes, right.
yeah. You give me an appropriate answer, right? Okay,
You asked me a
so can
very
you
good
tell
question.
me?
Mhm.
Yeah, got it. Okay, can you please tell me where my level and where I want to improve? Because I think it's been a gap or because of the examination and all. And now I again started, it's been a 1 week, I guess. So where I want to
You
improve.
speak well. I think you speak well. Your pronunciations are clear, and you are also good with the pitch, the modulation, which I was not when I started out. So I think you are going in the right direction, and whatever practices you are taking up, you might be taking up, they are giving you the fruits. So just carry on with your journey. Keep putting in more effort and talk more. You have to talk more. And I really like the way you ask me questions, and you when you spoke those small sentences which are very important in a conversation. So this is something that I liked about your conversation, because I learned all of these things on the way. I was not good with asking small questions or showing small gestures in English. I was good with long answers, but I learned on the way how to ask small things, or how to say small phrases. So just keep working on yourself and you're going in the right direction.
Yeah, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. And I'm really thanks to universe I met you.
Thank you
I
so
like,
much.
yeah.
Thank you so much,
So
Arpna.